rumble of the discourse. We've taken an abandoned concrete factory at the margins of the declining American empire and repurposed it into a battleground where 19 separate entities from across the political spectrum enter the discourse one by one and do battle to determine who controls the narrative force of the discourse. I hope you'll join me, your Southern Gothic futurist host, dirtgod Raven Mac, for each and every episode of Monday Night Rumble of the Discourse. Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You are here, Monday Night Rumble of the Discourse, our grand season finale of Spring 2023 series. If you have been with us before, this is 27 competitors, 2 at the open the bell, 1 new competitor every minute. This has been a 7-week series, just like it was the last 2 seasons, winter 2022, winter 2023, and fall 2022. This is our spring series. We had 6 weeks of folks accumulating points to try to get onto the leaderboard for this finale, where they come out in reverse order. Your previous winners, you can see right here, winter 2023, the Police State won. That was last season. In fall 2022, at the end of last year, the Legacy Blue Check. In fact, let's just recap our weeks here. Week 1, as we get to the end of week 1, it was the Police State and President Biden were the final two. The commander-in-chief and the police state going at it. Police state got a 2 count there, but Biden was fighting back. Biden's a tough old dude, man, tougher than you realize. And actually, you can notice here, Kamala Harris and Lady Cop are the referees for that, and they are the referees tonight as well. But during this one, the police state got Biden down in the corner, and the Lady Cop counted him out. Biden got beat. Police state won the first week and got those bonus points. So that's how the first week went down. Week 2, we had a cluster at the end, man. The reply guy drops not an FBI, or was that the woke mobster? I can't remember. That was not an FBI agent. And the reply guy beat him. Library drag queen was in there with the reply guy. And then they go at it and gets knocked down. Reply guy goes for the pin. Quick cover on the library drag queen. Police state counts him out. And reply guy won week 2. Got the bonus points. Everybody trying to climb the board. Week 3, our final 2 was Elon Musk and the Twitter communists. They were going at it, settling things in the ring in discourse style. And Elon Musk, with his stupid ass, actually beat the Twitter communists to win week 3. Week 4, that was our May. No, that's not our. Yeah, that was our May Day extravaganza, and we had Ilhan Omar. The leftist gunboy beats Ilhan Omar. We got the leftist gunboy immediately get pinned by the Twitter communists. Debbie DSA had just been pinned. So the Twitter communists won our May Day extravaganza in a quick succession there at the end. Week 5, our final 2 were the Legacy Blue Check, who, of course, we just saw won the Fall 2022 series, and the Unabomber. Unabomber was in there and had that hammer, but could not get it done, and the Legacy Blue Check took out the Unabomber to win our Week 5 one. And then 2 weeks ago, which was our Week 6, we had a crew of people come in who had gotten points, but hadn't gotten enough to get to the final, and at the end, the Do Your Own Researcher knocked out Katie Porter, who had a strong run, but Do Your Own Researcher eliminated Katie Porter. So let's look at this now. These are our standings coming into tonight. Twitter Communists at the top. Legacy Blue Check is in there. You can see the rest of the folks, and I'm going to go ahead. Katie Porter got 12 to get on there. In our second screen, we have Eric Adams, leftist gunboy, Unabomber, other folks all the way down to 5. And I do believe we have a couple people coming out who only have 4 points, but that 5 points was the cutoff. And in fact, let's go to the ring. Let's get this started, man. We're going to crown a champion of the discourse for spring 2023. As you can see, your referees are Kamala Harris and the Lady Cop, Matt Gaetz, Florida Congressman. He is our first competitor coming out. As I said, he had 4 points. Dark Brandon also with 4 points. So these are our folks that barely had enough points to qualify. So they got to come out first and they got to run the table. And you know, that makes it hard. But Katie Porter was, I think, the 4th person out last week. And she made it all the way to the final 2. So you never know what can happen. Lady Cop climbing that ladder. Happy Memorial Day as we celebrate. Remember the troops. I used to have a troop tracksuit back in the day. Dark Brandon just whooping Matt Gaetz with that trophy. punch and knocks him down. Matt Getz, way younger than Dark Brandon. Although is the Dark Brandon meme the same age as Biden? I don't know. I don't know how that works. Of course, our characters are real and unreal. We're here at Catbird Arena. I didn't mention that. Catbird Arena, our abandoned concrete factory at the edge of town. And there's a hurricane run off the top rope by Matt Getz. You think that would be enough to get by Dark Brandon. And we get a buzzer. And it's that old punk music. And here comes the critical thinking punk, man. The man who thinks being punk is being MAGA at this point. Matt Getz knocked over the top rope by Dark Brandon, and he is eliminated. So, critical thinking punk attempting to twist that ankle of Dark Brandon, so Matt Getz will not be the champion of the Discourse for spring 2023. Critical thinking punk with a clothesline there on Dark Brandon. Dark Brandon fighting back though. And he's on that top rope, not really somewhere you want to go. Critical thinking punk in the corner. And coming out is the Tech Lord. Tech Lord, of course, controlling the algorithms. Critical thinking punk with an elbow on Dark Brandon, and Tech Lord locks up that critical thinking punk right away. But critical thinking punk with a power slam on the Tech Lord. Tech Lord's big. He's huge. And he comes up and starts punching at Dark Brandon. We got a long ways to go here, folks. This is our first three competitors. Three of our first four, so we still got 23 folks to come out. We'll be having them come out every minute. If you're brand new to this, that's how it works. If you're not new to this, you know the deal. I hope you have a favorite. I don't know if anybody has any Rumble at a Discourse pools going on out there. And we get a buzzer, and here comes the bootlicker. Of course, he's saluting the troops there. Saluting the cops, saluting something. The bootlicker's out. He comes in the ring, and there's a pin on the Tech Lord. Tech Lord taken out by the critical thinking punk. So, no more Tech Lord. So we got Dark Brandon still in there, that critical thinking punk, and now the bootlicker. Dark Brandon going to work on the bootlicker, and the critical thinking punk with a pin on the bootlicker. 2 count. He almost got taken out quick. And he gets a punch back. It is of note, usually these things end with white men controlling the Discourse, but we at least have 2 black women in there as referees. And here comes Greg Abbott, governor of Texas. Again, in our realm of the unreal, he is not bound to a wheelchair. He is up and at him and answering for his Discourse. Of course, Greg Abbott in the news a lot for a lot of the gun issues. Seemed like they were having mass shootings down in Texas pretty regularly, some pretty gross ones too. Right out at public and shopping centers, piles of children. The bootlicker knocked over the top rope there by Greg Abbott. He's hanging on, hadn't gone off yet, and he gets back in. And Dark Brandon over the top rope by Greg Abbott, and Dark Brandon is eliminated, so he is gone. And there's a pin on Critical Thinking Punk, a kick out, and we get a buzzer, and it's Ayanna Presley. And the bootlicker got tossed in there by Greg Abbott. So Greg Abbott doing some damage. Tangled up with Critical Thinking Punk, and Ayanna Presley has that chair there waiting for whoever gets up. Massachusetts Congresswoman, she swings that chair and misses. She's going after the Critical Thinking Punk, and then he gets pinned by Greg Abbott for 2, and she nails Greg Abbott. Greg Abbott is busted open almost immediately with that chair shot, but he's fighting back. Neckbreaker on the Critical Thinking Punk. Presley is on that top rope and nails Greg Abbott again and goes for the pin. Now only a 1 count, and she gets kicked over the top rope. Yeah, she fell. She got kicked over the top rope on that kick out by Greg Abbott. And here comes the free thinker. We've only seen 1 free thinker this season. Last season we were sort of... There was a wave of free thinkers. I think there were 6 or 7 of them. Bob, my producer, Bob Dabalina. There was 6 of them. 6 that we know of. Well, what do you mean we know of, Bob? Like we know if they came out or not. Come on, man. Well, this free thinker is the only free thinker we've seen this season. Out there with the Critical Thinking Punk. That's quite a pair there. I hate to get in a Facebook thread with those 2. And Greg Abbott. And another buzzer. And I hear the music. It's Debbie DSA. That roller derby chick, Democratic Socialist. She's already ramping up with the most important election ever. We're going to have to vote for some dumbass Democrat, she said. Critical thinking punk pinned by the free thinker. Meeting of the Mons there. Debbie DSA going after Greg Abbott. So we got Greg Abbott, the free thinker, and Debbie DSA. Debbie DSA brought that sledgehammer in, but Greg Abbott has it. And Greg Abbott just nails Debbie DSA after she took a DDT from the free thinker. Another buzzer, and here comes John Fetterman, that big senator from Pennsylvania. He's a big boy. Got that big boy energy and a 2x4 in his hand. And him and Debbie DSA, you would think, would work together here as part of the discourse, but they are going at it in the corner. Free thinker tossing Greg Abbott around. And Debbie DSA tossed by John Fetterman. Short night for Debbie DSA. So John Fetterman punching left knocks Debbie DSA out. Greg Abbott's been out there for a while. Free thinker and John Fetterman going at it now. That's a couple horses. And we got a buzzer and coming out. Yeah, that wannabe hoss. That senator from Missouri, Josh Hawley. Likes to think of himself as an alpha. One of many right-wing people who like to really think of themselves as like supremely alpha. Come across rather beta, to be honest. Gets in the ring. Him and Fetterman, that'd be a good senatorial fight. Greg Abbott right now taking some punches. He's getting some kicks there with those legs on the Fetterman's kidneys. Hawley climbs to the top of one of those ladders. We got 7 ladders in and around the ring to represent the meritocracy myth, and then 23 briefcases full of super PAC money. And here comes Ilhan Omar. Greg Abbott got pinned in there. And here comes Ilhan Omar, Minnesota congresswoman. Maybe her and John Fetterman can sort of team together here. Free thinker going for a pin on Josh Hawley. Super slow count by Kamala Harris. I don't know why she would do that. That's not her natural friend there. And there's a pin on Fetterman. 2 count for Josh Hawley. That senatorial bout I wanted to see. And Ilhan punching Fetterman now. And nails him over the top rope. And the free thinker tossed by Josh Hawley. So the discourse, you never know how it's going to go. Josh Hawley has a chokehold on Ilhan Omar. And here comes not an FBI agent. Keep in mind, summer activism season comes up. There's always going to be that person trying to talk you into doing something that is very, very much not an FBI agent trying to trick you into getting charges of domestic terrorism. Quick pin on only a 1 count by Fetterman, and now Fetterman getting pinned by Hawley. Quick count by the lady cop, but only a 2. And Ilhan Omar has that not an FBI agent, drops it. Hawley beating on both of them. Fetterman a little worse for wear there in the middle of the ring. Ilhan Omar doing well right now. And we got a buzzer, and here comes Clarence Thomas, Supreme Court Justice. He, of course, has been a key figure in our discourse this spring series. All over the place. He's going to take a shot at being the champion now. Comes out and joins the fracas. And immediately, just didn't even get a 1 count on Josh Hawley. Hawley's got that weight. Then he picks up that ladder. Not an FBI agent, slammed by Ilhan Omar, then goes after Hawley. Clarence Thomas slammed by Fetterman. The discourse is chaotic. It's constant, it's chaotic, it's never ending, and it's painful. Fetterman on that top rope, and here comes the library drag queen. Does library reading hours with children. Drag queen, the hatred for LGBTQIA has gotten pretty crazy here this year, and a lot of protests, bullying causing Target, Bud Light, other corporate sponsors to pull pride displays. Like, why do you give a fuck, man? Just let people be. Let people be. Like, they're not grooming your kids no worse than you groom them with your bullshit. Fetterman out ring, but he's back in. Kicks Hawley. So we've got 6 and a buzzer, so we're going to have 7 in there. Here comes the Unabomber. My man, the Unabomber. I'll be honest, man. I hate this ship of fools. I'm pulling for the Unabomber. Bob, I know I'm not supposed to take sides here. I'm supposed to be impartial. But I like the cut of the Unabomber's jib. Not an FBI agent, got a 2 count on Hawley. Clarence Thomas lurking with that sledgehammer. Library Drag Queen and Unabomber going at it. That's the 2 I'd like to see do well, so I hate to see them going at it. Ilhan Omar still in there. John Fetterman still in there. Super slow count. Unabomber pinning, not an FBI agent. Lady Cop counted so slow. That was like 4 or 5, and he only got a 2. And we got a buzzer, and the leftist gunboy comes out. Of course, he only competed in that May Day extravaganza this season, but he finished in 3rd. Was it 3rd? I think he finished in 2nd. So got enough points to make it. He pile drives Ilhan Omar right off. What is he doing? Get your politics straight there, leftist gunboy. Leftist gunboy, of course, a leftist who also is the type who thinks people should have assault rifles, especially the left. And not an FBI agent taken out by John Fetterman. So not an FBI agent when Ilhan Omar was in there pinned. I think that was the leftist gunboy that pinned her. So we had 2 eliminations real quick. And now we're going to get a buzzer. And oh, God, this man has been all over the news. Eric Adams showing himself a supporter. Leftist gunboy got tossed. Eric Adams showing himself a supporter of the police state, even as a Democrat. You know, and that's the thing about what happens here. The police state, who will be out later, is they always get there's a pin on Fetterman. Josh Hawley pins Fetterman and gets him eliminated. If you have a problem with homelessness, they give money to cops. If you have a problem with drugs, they give money to cops. If you have a problem with immigration, they give money to cops. The police state is getting funded and funded and funded. And right now, in the Senate, the Republicans are trying to cut a bunch of other stuff. But the police have no shortage of funding. The military has no shortage of funding. Everything else is just, fuck you. You got to find it for yourself. And here comes Katie Porter. Of course, Katie Porter was, whoa, the Library Drag Queen just tossed by Clarence Thomas. That was an ugly toss. She took a horrible throw. Katie Porter, of course, did not have the points, but had a run from like 4th or 5th entrant last week and made it all the way to the final 2. Unabomber got eliminated, so my hopes, Library Drag Queen and the Unabomber eliminated back to back. So, well, you know, I grew up poor. Poor rural American, I'm used to not getting what I need out of the discourse. It does not do well for me. So we got Clarence Thomas, Eric Adams, Josh Hawley, Katie Porter, and now President Biden. Here he comes. The head honcho. Old Mumbly Joe. And Josh Hawley gets pinned in there. Katie Porter's got Eric Adams in a full Nelson. Clarence Thomas lurking, waiting to get on somebody afterwards. Biden finally in the ring. And he goes right after Clarence. Katie Porter now locked up with Clarence Thomas. Biden and Eric Adams going at it. Couple slams. Biden going for a quick pin on. And Kamala Harris makes a quick count there on Eric Adams. So Biden takes out Eric Adams. Obviously, Kamala Harris is going to be making the count for Biden here. And we got a buzzer, and it's Donald Trump. Donald Trump comes out, and Clarence Thomas got pinned in there by Katie Porter, so Clarence Thomas is out. So we've got Katie Porter, President Biden, and Donald Trump, man. The current and former president, and then this California congresswoman, she nails Trump with that sledgehammer. Biden goes right after her and throws her into a ladder. By my count, we have 5 or 6 people left to come out. We know the Twitter comments will be the last. Trump got a 2 count on Porter. I thought she was out. And now Biden and Trump are going at it. This could be a preview of our next presidential election, sadly. And speaking of presidential election, here comes the idiot billionaire Elon Musk, who of course had the big Ron DeSantis announcement, crash his own crash Twitter. Elon just wanting to inject himself in every story possible, wants to be seen as some sort of arbiter of free thought. If you pay $8 a month, you can have freedom of speech. These tech dudes are out of control, man. Elon is a fucking idiot. None of these people are all that bright, but Elon is especially stupid. Biden with a spine breaker there. Porter and Trump going at it, and we got a buzzer. And this was last week's winner. Do your own research. So he played his way into it. Not only did he play his way into it, he played his way into a late entrance. So there's 4 people left, five out there right now, and 4 people left to come out. So Elon with a shoulder breaker there of some sort on Biden. Trump going after Elon. Biden gets a punch on Elon as well. And there's a pin on Katie Porter. Do your own research. That's a rematch of the final from last week, and Katie Porter was not able to last this week. Do your own researcher went ahead and got rid of her. So we've got the Do Your Own Researcher, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and President Biden. And the Do Your Own Researcher tossed, and was that Elon or Katie Porter? I don't know, but he got tossed. And here comes the police state, our winner of our Winter 2023 series, so essentially the defending champion of the Discourse. And he joins President Biden, Donald Trump, and Elon Musk. President Biden, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and the police state. That is our Discourse right now. Good Lord, help us all. There is no way there is a God if God blesses America with this. Get a buzzer. Let's see who's coming out. It's going to be somebody who won one of those weeks and stacked some points. And I hear the music from the south side of Facebookistan. Here he comes, the reply guy. The reply guy, the one and only reply guy. You know him. He's got the mirrored sunglasses on. He's got opinions. There's a pin on Biden. Elon Musk takes out President Biden. So President Biden will not be winning the Discourse. Bad sign for, I guess, making a budget deal. Biden is out. So we've got Trump, Elon, the police state, and the reply guy. And we've got the legacy blue check and Twitter communists still to come out. They had the highest amount of points, so they're the last 2 to come out. And here he comes, that legacy blue check, of course, posting at Blue Sky now. Has all but left Twitter, but he is a legacy blue check from back before he got paid. He won the fall 2022 series, so we've got our 2 season winners, actually. Legacy blue check and the police state are out there, plus Donald Trump, plus idiot billionaire Elon Musk, plus the reply guy. So these 5 are going at it. The Twitter communists will join them in about 20 seconds, and one of these 6 is going to be our champion of the Discourse for the Spring 2023 series. 6 white dudes, yet again. And here he comes, the Twitter communist. And I gotta say, honestly, all things as they stand, if this is the 6 that are out there, I'm pulling for the Twitter communist, man. I want to see him do it. I'd like to see that be the Discourse. I know it's tongue-in-cheek sometimes, not always serious. Sometimes it's a little pretentious, a little dismissive of people who haven't done the heavy academic crap. But he's still the best choice out of the people in here. He's going after Elon there, moving that ladder. And Donald Trump slammed by the reply guy. Reply guy going for a pin on Trump. And only a 2 count. Twitter communist kicking the reply guy. Reply guy pumping the police state, dropping him on his head. Legacy blue check with a pin on Elon. Only a 2 count. And the police state is bloody now. Elon on that apron, and he is out. So the legacy blue check getting a little bit of comeuppance on Elon Musk and eliminating the idiot billionaire. So we're down to 5. Our final 5 for our Spring 2023 series. Twitter communist nailed the reply guy with that 2x4, and he's out. And he nailed the police state. So we're down to 4. So one of these 4 is going to be your 2023 winner of the Discourse. And who we got here? We got the police state, who is bloody, holding the legacy blue check in that abdominal stretch. Twitter communist just thrown in the ladder by President Donald Trump, former President Donald Trump. So one of these four, we have our two previous winners in here too. Come on, Twitter communist. And there's a slam on legacy blue check. Police state can't cover him. Twitter communist throws him into the other. Bodies flying around everywhere. Twitter communist has that police state. He reverses it. Abdominal stretch again. And he's twisting him hard. Twitter communist is kind of pudgy. He's not the most in shape person. I don't know how much stretching he's going to have. Trump nails legacy blue check. Going after the police state now. Big elbow in the police state. People falling everywhere. The Discourse is chaos, baby. Just absolute chaos. And there's a pin on the Twitter communist. Is out, man. Donald Trump pins a Twitter communist. He is out. Our last entrant had fought his way through these 6 weeks to get the high. And oh man, Donald Trump beating on his knee afterwards. Come on, Trump. What the hell? So we've got Donald Trump, the police state, and the legacy blue check. So the two previous season winners and Donald Trump. And one of these three is going to win our Discourse this season. Yeah, I'm a bit bummed out by that. But that is the nature of the Discourse. And this Discourse is, at its essence, depressing. Trump slam. Police state doesn't get a chance to pin him. Legacy blue check with a kick on Trump. Twitter communist still in there. Hadn't gotten out the ring yet. Just lying there in a hump. Finally staggers, climbing the ladder. What are you doing, Twitter communist? And legacy blue check getting twisted by the police state. Trump knocks Twitter communist down. He's laying on top of that ladder. That's awkward. Legacy blue check nails Trump with the sledgehammer. Legacy blue check getting pinned by the police state. Kamala Harris with a slow count, but still gets three. The legacy blue check is out. Our final two, spring 2023, the police state and Donald Trump. We're going to be getting plenty of Donald Trump here in the coming. And there's a pin. The police state does it. I was going to say we're going to be getting plenty of Donald Trump here in the next year. Don't worry. And the police state wins again, repeats as champion of the Discourse. Like I said, you can't ever underestimate police state getting funding. You can see right here, after the Twitter communist, not the Twitter communist, after legacy blue check had been pinned, police state moves in on Trump, nails him, and pins him and gets the win. And that is all she wrote. The police state wins our spring 2023 Rumble of the Discourse series. Repeat champion, two-time champion now, the police state. Never underestimate the police state, folks. They are everywhere. But always, you can find spots, you can find gray areas. There's semi-autonomous zones all over this country. So just keep building them, keep chipping away. We will make this thing fall apart eventually. Anyways, that's it for this spring 2023 series. As always, this is sponsored by my Southern Gothic Futurism Patreon. Do you not know what a Patreon is? Are you already a supporter? If you're not, man, click the link in the description. Go check it out. Think about supporting me and all that I do. It helps support this. It supports other projects I do. Some of the many things we do around Virginia, around the Mid-Atlantic, online, mixed media. I'm a mixed media chaos agent. Chaotic good, though. I like to think of myself as chaotic good. Anyways, click the link, support the Patreon. We will be back for a summer series. Bob, what are we thinking about? Week after 4th of July? Okay, so we'll be back sometime in July, probably the week after 4th of July with our summer series. So you can take a break from the Southern Gothic Futurist Discourse analysis for a little while, but be sure to follow the YouTube page, support the Patreon, and see when we come back in the summer with our 4th season. Wow, our 4th season, Bob. Yeah, I know. What a waste of time. Alright, everybody. I appreciate you tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the series. I hope you enjoyed the show. Hide from the Police State, ACAB. 1312 all day. Salam.